The views and opinions of the guest do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of BODS Mayhem Radio Network, its staff, affiliates, or sponsors. Parental discretion is advised. Welcome to BODS Mayhem Radio Network.
This is David from Them Evils, and you are listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour, your source for all hard rock, heavy metal, new metal, alternative, punk, horror punk, hardcore, rock, and all local bands, with your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bodfather.
Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I'm your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bodfather, and as always, I'm bringing you guys awesome interviews. Today, it is an honor and a privilege to have Mr. David Delaney. He's the drummer of Them Evils on the show. They have a new EP called Rollin, Stone, and Livin Free, out now via Burning Records. Previous EPs include their debut, Cold Black Love, released in 2015, and the self-titled Them Evils in 2016. David, how's it going, my man?
Oh, not bad. And I got to say, thank you for saying the new EP correctly. You wouldn't believe how many times someone said it, Living Free and Rolling Stone, you know? People mix that up all the time.
Well, you know.
But yeah, things are going good for me. I'm actually on my way to the Aftershock Festival in Sacramento. You know, got to tend to see the other bands play instead of worrying about my own shit.
You got to see System of a Down, because to me right now that's maybe a lifetime opportunity.
Oh yeah, honestly, System of a Down was one of the first heavy metal bands I ever listened to. Like, I remember when 9/11 happened and then Toxicity came out. Just brings back a bunch of crazy memories, you know?
For sure. Man, it's been a long time since I've talked to you. So I think 2015, you guys were at Louder in Life, was the last time I got to hang out with you guys and talk to you, I think.
Yeah, it's been a minute since we've been out there. I miss it. You know, there's a certain vibe with that festival, and it was actually the first Danny Wimmer festival we ever did. So we missed it. We hope we get back out there soon.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this right now, folks. I remember sitting in the crowd. I was actually sitting on the side going to the crowd, and here comes David beside me. Hey, man, how's it going?
Yeah, we like to maintain the relationships with the people who are willing to put our music and our just our overall vibe out there, you know. We appreciate it very much. I've
supported these guys ever since that day and love their music for just really down-to-earth guys, man, and please stay that way. Don't change.
Yeah, we can't let the industry twist us around, you know.
So let's jump right into this, man. What's impressed you or excited you the most about making this EP? What's caught your eye about, if anything?
I guess the opportunity of working with Kato Khandwala with the unfortunate happenings of recently this year with him passing. So it was just an honor to be able to get to know the guy, become a friend, and work with him, and finally getting some new music out, of course.
It's a shock that we lost him, because we lost him very, very soon. I mean, it was very
tragic. Abrupt.
Yeah, and you guys were the last ones that he recorded, correct?
Yeah, the last one that was recorded that got released. We were actually in the middle of our own headlining tour when we found out the news, so we just had to grind through that. Don't let it stop us. Do it in his honor.
Working with Kato on this EP, man, did you guys like do your own thing that he stepped in and took over? How was working with him? Did he push you guys hard on this while he was working with him at that time?
Oh, yeah. He pushed us like no one had ever before. We had our ideas that we'd present, and then he'd give his little twist, because he's obviously got quite a resume of albums that have been very successful. So we took in everything he would offer us, and he eventually, we would consider him to be another member of Them Evils. He was super involved, and we were intended to keep him around for a long period of time, given the events that happened. But either way, it was a great time, you know. It was tough. It was fun. It was just a whole bunch of things. He was like a mentor in a sense.
So what led you guys to pick the first single and video, Got Me Rockin'? What was it about this song to be a video and a single for you guys?
I just think we all thought that was a song that was just the song right off the bat when we had all the songs adjusted to be released. That was the one that we all enjoyed the most and thought everybody would be pleased with as well. And it just was it from the get-go.
How long?
Wasn't really hard of a decision.
How long did it take to record this EP, David?
There was a little prolonged break because we had gotten offered the Zach Sabbath tour, so we couldn't say no to that. So that was the only really delay, but I'd say 6 months to a year time period. I can't exactly recall, but yeah, doing some touring in the middle.
How much of a confidence boost is it to see your guys' music? Got Me Rockin' was selected as a featured track for iHeart's Digital Artist Integration Program for June. Music You Should Know on all 28 of their rock stations. Also, the video premiered at Loudwire, and the EP was a new and net-worthy release at iTunes Hard Rock / Metal. How much of a confidence boost is it for you guys, man?
Yeah, I could not give any more credit to our PR guy at Bunker. He worked his ass off to get that song as far as it did, and the reactions we've been getting from it are awesome. That music video was actually filmed in my backyard at my folks' place in Orange County, so it's just really awesome to see. And even we'll be just casually hanging out. We'll get text messages from people saying they saw it in their gym being played like 5 times a day. It's a good feeling, you know, to see people are appreciating what we're putting out there.
But let's not forget, I hope people don't forget your 2 EPs prior to this one, though. That's for sure, because those are great EPs as well from you guys.
Yeah, exactly. That was another thing, because you may have noticed that Untold, it was released on the self-titled, and we put it to this new EP because we knew that this record would get pushed even further, like into different territories that we had never gotten into before. So we figured they need to hear if it was hard for them to access us before.
What do you hope the fans take away from Them Evil's music, or message you hope they hear while listening to just any of your guys' music?
Just simply that rock isn't dead. Rock is not going anywhere. It's coming back harder than ever, and we hope to be at the spearhead of that.
How much growth musically have you seen this band and plus yourself go through up to the release of this EP versus the prior 2? Or has it just been more of a personal growth for each of you guys involved with this?
Yeah, it can go either way, really. Every EP we've put out has been with a different producer. We've gone about different directions, different writing processes. So I guess we're just trying different things out until something clicks, until we find something that I guess shoots us even further than we could ever imagine. And I mean, we're all starting to figure out exactly, based on what we learned from whether it be writers or producers, how to write legit songs, hit songs. And you just learn more and more as you go. And there's never a point where you think you know it all. You're just constantly figuring things out, adapting.
When you step into that recording studio, do you do anything differently from during the writing and recording process to help keep your mind fresh and open to newer ideas and things like that? Do you do anything differently to help with that?
Not exactly. We tend to have things pretty set in stone before getting into the booth. But then again, there is sometimes you'll have a spontaneous thought that, like, oh, wait, yeah, what if we did this? And then it ends up changing the whole song and making it for the better. I guess you never know what's going to go down when you get into a recording booth.
And plus Jake taking over his Cliff Burton role, as I say.
Oh, yeah. I know he's got the stage presence of the band, considering the fact I'm sitting down the whole time and Jordan's playing guitar and singing, so that kind of restricts him to what he can do on stage. That's where Jake comes in and just tear things up.
He does. I mean, I'm not saying this because...
And they actually have the same birthday, too. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I remember you guys telling me that. And I'm not saying this because you're on here or I'm good friends with you guys, but, I mean, honestly, Jake is a phenomenal bassist. They're just hands down.
Yeah, there's not many people like that guy. I'm very fortunate to be able to be a friend to him and share the stage with him night after night. I'm very lucky. We're very lucky.
David, what can fans expect at a show from the Mighty Them Evils who have not got to see you guys live as yet? I mean, I've got to see you guys and put on a phenomenal show, but what can they expect when they come to see you all?
Beer showers, panties being thrown everywhere, Jake getting in your face if you're not having a good time and make you have a good time. It's chaos.
We're living in the digital era of recording albums to get albums out quicker, and plus social media to reach out to more fans who have not got to hear you guys as of yet. Do you like this that we're living in right now?
I mean, it has its positive things for sure. Like, it's more accessible. People can learn a lot more things as far as doing it themselves. But then again, it also makes there's so much music out there. It's so hard for people to get discovered at the same time. There's pros and cons to it.
Very true. Yeah, there's a lot of music out there where you got to shift through to find stuff.
Yeah, you just got to push harder nowadays. And not to mention with how the industry is as far as like signing big deals, that's out the window. So it's a tough industry that we picked to be a part of.
So in your own opinion, what does Them Evils bring to the table for music that's not out there as of right now possibly?
Well, it's relatable to all age groups the way I see it. I mean, parents are showing their kids Led Zeppelin and they go see us and it's something fresh to them because we're a new band. But then you can go with your parents or your girlfriend likes it. I don't know, it just appeals to everybody, you know? It's something, I see music as a cycle every like 10 or so years. Like a previous genre comes back and takes over for a while. So I see that's where we're at right now. We're at a point where rock's going to come back and bring all the younger kids back into knowing what rock and the lifestyle of rock is all about. And it's a good thing.
Man, support-wise, is there a country or a location that stands out more, even shocks or surprises you guys that you guys get support from?
I'd say, I guess Oklahoma City is a place that really surprised us because we always tend to have a sold-out crowd whenever we go there. And we're just like, where do these people come from? And maybe Nashville's a really good one, although that's like a popular city for music as it is. Yeah, I guess more in the Midwest areas because, I mean, places like Los Angeles or New York, they're used to going to shows every night, so it's not exactly something new to them. You know, people appreciate it more in the other that I spoke of.
So what made you want to become a musician, David? What was that spark for you, my friend?
I've just always been listening to music. I don't know, just one day I just started tapping drum beats on my knees, and it was just like it became a habit to where my parents were like, what are you doing? Stop tapping on the table at dinner, you know? And then eventually they noticed that I was starting to invest a lot of time into it, and then purchased a electronic drum kit for Christmas one year to see if I would stick with it. Because I guess I was sort of trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life, and I would go out and do sports, and I would go out for a season and quit, on to the next thing, and music was the thing that just was always there. Gets me through a lot of personal stuff, you know. It's a healing thing, and yeah, my whole life, I'm giving my life to it and hoping it accepts me, which I guess it has based on what we've accomplished in the past few years.
Has there been a show or a moment that stands out to you for you to say, man, this is worth every time and effort that we spent in on this? Has there been a moment for you so far, possibly?
I would actually say it was really recent. It was actually the last Rock on the Range ever. I guess they aren't doing Rock on the Range next year and so on. So I guess if nobody knows the story, we were slated to play the second day, but then there was a severe storm that kicked in that stopped the show, and our set ended up getting cut, which we were all bummed out for a minute. And then eventually Danny Wimmer and everybody had managed to slide us into opening the main stage the following day. So we played a stadium with Tool, and I can't remember at the top of my head, but playing a stadium, that was the first time we'd ever done that. And there was a ton of people there, even though it was 12 o'clock. And yeah, that kind of stuff, you know, it really makes me happy I'm doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, DWP, they're still doing Rock on the Range. It's just under a different name now. It's going to be Sonic Temple Music Arts Festival. But still, from what he said, he's like, you know, everybody was going crazy, like, oh no, it's going to change. He's like, no, it's still the same thing. It's just under a different name.
What I got out of that was that was going to become like another Coachella festival or Bonnaroo or something like that.
I hope not, and he says it won't, so we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I guess so, right?
Man, folks, everybody, please get out and pick up Them Evil's new EP, Rollin, Stone, and Livin Free. Plus, pick up their previous EPs, their debut album, Cold Black Love, plus their self-titled EP. I'm telling you right now, you won't be disappointed in Them Evil's music. So, David, my friend, how can folks keep in touch with you guys, buy some merchandise, tour dates? How can you do that?
Well, the best place is themevils.com, and we got a Facebook, we got Instagram, Twitter, all that necessary stuff nowadays. And yeah, all our shows, we got shirts, vinyl, which we recently received. So yeah, go at it, check it out, and you won't be disappointed.
And before I let you go, would you care to do a promo for the show?
Oh yeah, certainly. All right, this is David from Them Evils, and you are listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Everybody stick around. We got some great music coming up, and you only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour and BODS Mayhem Radio Network. Please, folks, keep in touch with us on Facebook at BODS Mayhem Hour. Plus, keep up with our interviews on BODS Mayhem Hour's YouTube channel and our podcast link as well. So get out and check out my buds, Them Evils. You will not be disappointed. Thank you so much, David.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. I hope we run into each other very soon.
Now you're the golden.